Good Thursday to you all. Hey, it's Greg Stanley with the Collector Car Podcast. I just wanted to give you a few updates. And now, if you're watching on YouTube, I apologize for my background here, but I am at a loft just outside of Portland, right by the airport. So I know a lot of you like to comment and especially when you see me talk about my travels. If you're on my newsletter, I do some pictures and kind of capture where I've been and where I'm going. I just happen to hit this area when the weather is wonderful, so I can see Mount Olympia out the window, which is really cool. I've hit a couple cool places, including a really cool Porsche GT place. They just specialize in GT Porsches. So if you would like to know more, subscribe to my newsletter. You can do that at theclictorcarpodcast.com. And anyways, where am I off to next? Headed up to Seattle as I finish recording this. Next week, I will be out in Arizona at the Scottsdale auction. Sotheby's Motorsports will have a tent up or something. Will be near the RM Sotheby's auction. So I will be running around there as well. And then after that, actually, I'm taking a little vacation, going on a little mission trip down to Belize to help people with their prescription eyeglasses, which I'm not medical in any sense. I think I will be, the guy standing around handing out stuff probably. And then after that, I hope to go to Atlanta and Dallas and Austin. So if you would like to catch up when I'm in those in your area, please shoot me a note, Greg at the Collector Car Podcast. So a lot of stuff going on. As you probably have heard, I'm working with Sotheby's Motorsports a little closer. That's our online division, and they're doing a great job. They have a 70% sell through rate. And the average value of the car that's sold on the website is $172,000. So if you want help with your car, now I can't help you with, a $30,000 Mustang, which I would absolutely love. But if it's more of the used luxury cars, high performance cars, Porsches, Ferraris, Mercedes Benz, BMWs, that kind of stuff, please shoot me a note. Would love to help you with that. All right. Well, what's going on from a book perspective? Just from an update, everything's done. The book is done. I'm just waiting for one quote from one very important person in the car world. So it hasn't officially gone to print yet. It is going through the editing process, the formatting process, which I'm excited to see what they come up with. Still looking for a mid-April launch date. I think that will definitely happen. I know quite a few of you have bought the book already pre-launch. So if you want to do that, go to Click to Car Podcast. Just scroll down a little bit. You'll see it there. And for the first 100 books, I will sign and do a little cartoon doodle. Now you're probably wondering, what will I draw? Well, that's a secret. And it does relate to car history, which will be fun. So the first 100 books, there's still a few spots left for that. And then the last thing before we get to our interview is RM Sotheby's Miami sale. There's still a chance to consign for that. I think we have a week or so left. That is quite an incredible sale. Last year it broke records, and it's really, really cool because it goes hand in hand with Moto Miami, a 2-day Concours event, and everything's there on site. It's just absolutely spectacular locale. The cars are incredible, and then you have an auction on top of that. So if you need help with that, please shoot me a note. Greg at the Collector Car Podcast or gstanley at rmsotheby's.com. So appreciate you listening, following, watching, and soon to be reading. So let's get to the interview.
Imagine a journey so rare it only happened once. That's the spirit behind Once. Exclusive, one time only adventures that will never be repeated. Our next experience, American Muscle Legends, takes you trackside with the most iconic cars in history, complemented by luxury accommodations and behind the scenes access you simply can't buy. Spots are limited. When it's gone, it's gone. You can learn more at discoveronce.com/muscle. All right. Well, welcome to the Collector Car Podcast. You know, I love restoration shops because I love the work that they do in bringing incredible cars back to life. And I have Amy Hahn Beck with me. Amy, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Now you have Hahn Restoration. Now tell us a little bit about your business and where you're out of.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And while we do full ground up restoration, we will take on some repair because what people say is, no one will work on my car. Please take my car. So I do have a couple bays for repair.
Wow. Okay. So now your name's been around for a long time. Tell us a little bit about the history of the restoration shop and if there's anything particular you specialize in, or if it's kind of, all classic cars.
Well, my dad started restoring cars before I was born.
Mm.
And then after a while, he joined forces with Wes Woodward. One had a shop, one had clientele, put them together, bring all your tools and equipment, and you have a shop. And so they grew because it's the nature of it. Once word gets out, you go to a car show. Who did your car? So it grew. And my dad then hired more and more people as time went. Paul Vorbach came on as a partner. Wes started to retire. And then my dad had me come into the business. Never in a million years thought I would be here. I was headed in a different direction. And my dad said he needed some help. I had a little time to do it. And before you knew it, I was, hey, Amy, why don't you do this? Hey, Amy, why don't you do that? So then I did more and more. And then eventually he decided to retire. I took over and had the same amazing technicians the whole time that before I took over and after I took over. So that's been made the transition amazing. They know me, they love me, I love them. And they just continue doing the same work that they always did to the same standards. And then we ended up moving because, like all shops, they don't have enough space, and we didn't have enough space. So we moved into a bigger building. My husband built some space for storage, and 10 months later, I said to my husband, we need more storage space again. And we just keep growing. I've kind of put a pause on the growing right now, but that's kind of our background, where we came from. We also did 3D printing for a while too. And then as that grew, Paul Vorbach took on that company. And we do everything. Like, we were doing a lot of Mercedes because my dad was in a Mercedes. We had Gullwings in here, 190s, all kinds of Mercedes. The Mercedes Club would come here every single year. We still have probably about 30% Mercedes, but I'm a Jaguar lady. I'm part of the Jaguar Club. And we also have a British specialist that came to us from another shop. So we're probably more like 40% Jaguar, 30 Mercedes, and then the other 30 is American.
Okay, yeah, that's really cool. And I remember actually the first time we met, which was probably, I think, less than a year ago. It was, you had just moved, I think you had just moved into your new shop, and that was still going through the transition, right?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the logistics involved in moving a restoration shop to a different place.
It's a nightmare I will never want to have again.
Yeah. Yeah. No kidding. Yeah. Get more than you think you'll need, and then you'll probably wish you had gotten a little bit more initially, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Well, tell me, how did you decide to do the restoration world? Because it is a unique world. Obviously, the collector car world is a very unique world. Women are not highly represented in this world, especially in the restoration shop business. So, how has that transition gone for you?
It's interesting. So, some days it's amazing because when men hear that I do this, they really, they're just amazed. There's a woman involved in this, and they just can't believe it and get over it. And so, there's a fair amount of men that's interesting to them, and they don't know exactly what to do with it. But okay, I'm going to talk to you and not your husband. So. So at car shows, that's always an interesting dynamic. And then of course there's a few that don't believe that they would be talking to me. They're like, no, just give me the person in charge.
Right, right.
I'm like, no, that's me.
Yeah,
No, the guy.
right. Wow.
So that's always, so it can be very interesting. It goes both ways. But for the most part, it's very well received. And with SEMA, they love it. They just are all about it. They're so excited to have a woman involved. So that's been very welcoming and warm, and it was just a wonderful reception.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about that because you mentioned you had just gone to SEMA this last, what, October, right? Not too long ago?
I got into Vegas. I first went to the Las Vegas Concours, which was amazing because being an East Coast person, I see a lot of East Coast shows, a lot of the similar cars or same cars that run the same circuit. And going to Vegas, I was like, oh no, I have not seen some of these. And just so many Bugattis. It was amazing. I had a wonderful time. And then right after that, the SEMA show started. So SEMA has councils, select councils, and I am on the ARMO council, which is automotive restoration. And I went out there, of course, to be a part of what ARMO was doing. We're doing education, we're promoting the benefits of being a part of ARMO. But while I was there, I brought a couple of my guys and we shopped. And so we ended up purchasing a laser that arrived just yesterday, or no, last Friday.
So you're talking about like a real laser, not like a Chrysler laser.
No, like a real laser beam. We are lasering the rust right off of cars. It etches the metal. It does everything all at one time. I'm watching it. I just came in to the office from the shop, and I put the glasses on and I'm watching it, and it is just the most amazing thing. We had seen it years ago, but it was too much money. And finally, we're in the position that we could purchase it. And I mean, the excitement for everyone here is just enormous. I also shopped for a new lift, needed a better one, a bigger one, and was able to get one that's bright pink. So not too many shops have the bright pink
No.
lift, but you will when you come to a woman-owned shop. And also BenPack gives 10% to Metaviver, and that's metastatic breast cancer. And that's something that my mom passed away from.
Oh.
So when I saw that that's what they were giving to, I was all in. And I can't wait till that gets installed next month.
Wow. Okay. No, that's amazing. And is it a single car lift? Is it a 4-post, a 2-post?
It's a single car lift. We have a 4-post, and we use that for when we have goings in.
Oh, okay.
And then we have another 2-post lift. So you can't have the guys arguing over the lift. You have to be a good boss and give them lifts.
Yeah. Now tell me a little bit about the restoration committee that you're on. What's kind of the goals of that committee for SEMA?
So we work on education for not just shop owners, but there's a lot of manufacturers in SEMA and certainly in the restoration on ARMO. And I think when I kind of came into it, I thought, oh, there's going to be all these manufacturers and there's not going to be someone like me. And I'm always looking to learn from those that have gone before me. I do not want to reinvent the wheel. I want to learn from the others. And so I saw a lot of restoration or a lot of manufacturing companies in that restoration group, ones that we buy from. So I love networking and love talking to them and seeing what they're working on, because sometimes you can't get parts. And if they're on the horizon to making something new that we're going to benefit from, I love to network and find that out. So I love that aspect of it, but I also really wanted other shop owners. I have gone to other cities and looked up restoration shops and then contacted them to see if I could come for a tour and talk with them and network. And I was like, well, this is just bringing them all together. And I wouldn't have to travel so much. So I'm like, this would be a great thing. And it has been. So there's been more and more restoration shops getting involved. So you don't just have the manufacturers, you have those restoration shops all together. It's making a nice like rainbow of shops and manufacturers that you can go to and learn from. And then our group does education every quarter. And I'm really excited for one of the education pieces to come up about AI, because I want to learn about AI more and how that can help in the shop. And so I'm eager to do that one. And then through the networking, I've found I've gotten deals and discounts and try me out and come over here, and those things have been a huge blessing to the shop.
Wow. No, that's amazing. And I know SEMA is quite an organization. I just had Mike Spagnola on the podcast recently, and that was more about PRI as well, the integration of PRI. And I could just tell from his passion for the industry and for the hobby, whether it's more SEMA based or more racing based, like the PRI piece of it, he was all about, the education, engaging the next generation, as well as really communicating the fact that there's a ton of jobs in the automotive industry for anyone, especially young students right now. So it's great to hear these types of committees involved within SEMA, where you get a lot of networking opportunities that can help out different businesses and really grow the industry as a whole. So that's really cool. So before I forget, what's the best way for my listeners to learn more about your restoration shop?
Go to the website, Hahn, Hahn, autorestoration.com.
Okay.
I
Nice.
have a lot of photos on there, but I need to also load the site all nice and finished. Another car gets finished. And so I will be putting a few more on there.
So speaking of which, what is one of your favorite cars in the shop right now?
Oh, I have so many favorites. That is such a hard question. I think probably the 1954 XK120 Jaguar. Uh, it is a full ground up restoration, and the lines are just beautiful. When it first was the paint job was finished and it rolled out, it was just like a work of art, like a piece of glass. That I love rounded glass. And so it just looked like this artwork. And it's so much more details than I'd ever imagined. I think sometimes when I look at a Jaguar, it just looks simple, especially an XK120. It's a simple car. And then I have all glass on the sides of my office so I can see the guys working. And non-stop, this detail, this little nut, that. And it really amazed me watching this one get put together.
What colors is it?
It's that white cream kind of color.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then red interior.
Oh, great color combination. Wow.
Yes, it's beautiful.
All right. So as a crazy recap here, you've had quite a year and a half, 2 years or so. You're in a new place. You've got a new pink lift coming. You've expanded. You started a storage business that's at capacity. So what does 2026 look like for you?
And believe it or not, I still need to hire another guy. I hire more people, and then someone moves to another state and I get all mad at them. So I'm looking to hire another one or two people. We'll have an intern that is a woman. So I'm super excited to be a welcoming place for other women in the industry. And I have men that are very, very eager to also have women involved. They love that. And then I'm just going to finish some restorations and bring some new ones in. And I am not going to build another building yet, not in 2026.
Right. 2028. 2027.
Yeah.
28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me 2 years.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, I really appreciate your time on the Collector Car Podcast. I appreciate what you're doing in the restoration business and the involvement with SEMA. Thanks for being on the Collector Car Podcast.
Thank you so much, Greg.